Are you tired following countless dieting and workout programs and you're disciplined and about 12 weeks later, you've basically just become a skinnier version of yourself, but you still feel skinny fat. Your belly is still sticking out. You can't see the six pack. You don't feel muscular. This video is for you if you've been down that path. My name's Tyson Johnson. I'm the founder and owner of the Six Pack Dad Tribe, and we specialize in helping high-performing, busy professional dads to reach and maintain 10 to 15% body fat, to get lean, to build muscle mass as a sustainable lifestyle without dieting or long workouts. So let me flip the camera real quick and show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So this is Kyle, a 45-year-old CEO, and this is exactly what we're talking about. This is kind of what the dad bod looks like, the skinny fat, where he's not super overweight. He's leaner than a lot of people, but he still has a good 5 to 6 inches off of his stomach that he wanted to lose. This is about what 20% body fat looks like. And then fast forward 6 months, that is what 10 to 12% body fat looks like. You can see he looks more muscular, he looks healthier, leaner, and more toned. And that is exactly what people want to accomplish. They don't want to just wind up as a skinnier version of this. Okay, so let's talk about why this happens if all that you really know how to do is to eat less and exercise more, what you're missing, and then what we feel is our unique mechanism to solve this problem. So we have a saying in our dad tribe that is, if you want to lose weight, count calories. If you actually want to change your body fat composition, which as I showed you, like 20% body fat down to 10%, that is way different and way more sophisticated than just losing weight. If you actually want to also accomplish that on top of the weight loss, you have to also pay attention to macros. Macros are defined as proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Okay, so most nutrition plans, most workout programs don't address this. And so reaching and maintaining the 10 to 15% body fat is next to impossible. Why are they, like, what are they missing specifically? I'll give you a few examples. First of all, you are not stabilizing your blood sugar simply by restricting calories and exercising more. And if you don't stabilize your blood sugar, your body basically stays in fat storage mode throughout the day, even if you're trying to eat healthy. Where there's elevated blood sugar, the body has a really hard time to tap into fat and to burn that off, which is what we want. Another example is just simply by restricting calories, you are not raising your metabolism. And the vast majority of our customers are 40 to 60 years of age and they're men, and they know that their metabolism, or the rate at which they burn calories, is nowhere near where they were when they were 20. Furthermore, they know that they're losing muscle and that that's going to continue to happen throughout their life unless they make changes. That's a problem because when we lose muscle, it's called sarcopenia. It happens every year to all of us. That is our metabolic potential. That's our metabolism that is becoming less efficient. And so simply by eating less, we're not doing anything to improve our metabolism. And no, just going out for jogs every single day is not the best way to optimize your metabolism. Number 3 is, how do you stay full and satisfied so that if you're eating less and you're exercising more? Most of us have tried that before, and after a few weeks of doing that, you're like ready to gnaw your hand off because you're so hungry and you feel restricted and you can't enjoy date nights with the wife and birthday party cakes and such. That's a miserable way to live life, okay? So we feel that there's a different and a better way to not just lose weight, but to see real body fat change and to get rid of the dad bod once and forever and not become skinny fat, but actually lean, healthy, and muscular. So let me expand on this a little bit. The first thing that we need to do is we need to stabilize blood sugar. What this is called is insulin sensitivity. This can happen in a couple ways. It happens with the timing in which we have meals. We believe in intermittent fasting in this program because it's been shown to improve insulin sensitivity. It's been shown to keep our blood sugar much more stable. Why does this matter? It matters because then we can start tapping into fat as stored energy and get leaner and not just lose weight. Okay, so meal timing. The other piece of this is that certain foods raise blood sugar much more than other foods. Okay, this is called the glycemic index. So as we are consuming more foods that are lower on the glycemic index, it keeps blood sugar much more stable. This sounds pretty complex. It's actually very simple. I'm just kind of mapping out what we feel are the three things most people are missing that we bring to the table. The next thing is, how do we raise our metabolism? Well, there's a couple ways. One is through nutrition, another is through exercise. So on the nutrition side, there's something called the thermic effect of food. And what it basically says is that proteins, carbohydrates, and fats all affect our metabolism differently. If all we're trying to do is restrict calories, we're not addressing this key component. And what the science says is that protein requires roughly 25 to 35% of calories are used simply in the digestive process. Next is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates only require about 10 to 15% of the calories to be used in digestion. And then fat is only about 0 to 5%. And so it stands to reason that the more protein that we are consuming, we will raise our metabolism just through that very act, okay? That's called the thermic effect of food. Now, it doesn't mean we need to start going out and eating 300 grams of protein a day and live this extreme crazy life or start doing things like paleo or Atkins. There's a systematic, logical, sustainable way to do this, but simply by focusing on those macros, we can affect our body composition and not just lose weight. The other piece of this is on the exercise side. Most of our customers are only working out for 20 to 30 minutes a day. We have a lot of flexibility on that. But if we're doing the right types of cardio, like HIIT cardio, and if we're doing the right kind of resistance training, then we are going to prevent the muscle breakdown, and we're going to keep our metabolism elevated for hours after working out. So HIIT cardio is what the science shows is far more effective at raising metabolism. Superset compound weight training is a very efficient way to prevent muscle breakdown. So when you're doing 20 minutes a day of efficient exercise, like what I just talked about, and you're focusing on the thermic effect of food, you couple those two things, and it has a very powerful effect on our metabolism where we can basically stop or even reverse the muscle breakdown process. And we have a ton of customers who are as lean and as fit as they were in college or high school. You just need a little bit of time on your side and the right scientific principles. The third thing that most diet and workout programs are totally missing, they're not even addressing this, is how do we stay full and satisfied in this process? Well, first of all, if we're getting the macros right, the proteins, fats, and the carbohydrates, that keeps blood sugar more stable, it raises our metabolism, and it curbs hunger incredibly well. But the other piece of this is not all foods are created equal. Again, if all you're doing is eating less and exercising more, you are not addressing how to stay full and satisfied. And what you risk is 12 weeks from now, if you go down that path and you lose, say, 20 pounds, there's a good chance your metabolism is going to lower itself. Why? Because your body thinks it's starving. You've burnt off some weight, you've burnt off some fat, and you have no reset button if you're not eating carbs, if you're not eating sugar, if you're in this calorie deficit. Okay, so there's a measure called the satiety index. It's different than the glycemic index. Satiety index is a measure of how filling and satisfying different foods are. Quick example, if you were to Google the satiety index right now, you would see that one of the least filling, satisfying foods is a croissant. It's like super low on the index, or a donut. Now, both of these might have 200 calories for a serving size, okay? Now, let's look at an equal amount of calories high on the satiety index, like boiled potatoes, which have a bad reputation in the fitness industry, right? Or, like a bowl of old-fashioned oatmeal, okay? That boiled potatoes, or that bowl of oatmeal just in its raw form, might also have 200 calories, but both of those are 7 times more filling and satisfying in the satiety index than the croissant or the donut. So again, it has nothing to do with calories. This is not calories in, calories out like everyone thinks. That simple approach. That's just going to get you skinny fat. The key here is to also focus on quality of calories, okay? And so in my story was back in 2004, I was at 20% body fat. I did feel skinny fat, and I was able to finally get these pieces put together. insulin sensitivity, getting blood sugar more stable, the thermic effect of food, like how to get my metabolism elevated and also do briefer, efficient exercise, because I didn't have an hour a day as a busy professional, and I haven't had the last 20 years. And then also how to stay full and satisfied so that I was losing 1 to 2 pounds of fat per week, but I didn't feel hungry, and I still had the flexibility to have some donuts and pizza in moderation twice a week, okay? So those are what we feel are our 3 pillars of success. It's different than an eat less, exercise more approach. And finally, what we have found is for busy professionals who are scarce on time and are walking a very delicate balancing act with career, with family, with servant leadership, they just want a simple, structured plan on one page that they can go out and execute, and that's what we built. And then more importantly, they want someone to actually monitor and give them feedback on their nutrition, because they know that that's 80% of the battle. We can no longer out-exercise a bad diet. And so what we've set up is elite, dedicated coaches who know my system inside and out, who know exactly how I went from 20% body fat down to 10% in 2004 and have maintained it for the last 20 years as a corporate professional dad. And they are checking in with their customers alongside with me every single week so that our customers can actually implement this and install our 10% body fat system into their life and be successful. So if you're looking for help, we would love to serve you. Go to the sixpackdadtribe.com/call. Book a call with someone on my team. We'll give you a free fat loss consultation, and we'd love to serve you if and when it makes sense.